So it's mid-April, just up on Whitwell Road in Ventnor, overlooking the Undercliff. There's Ventnor Cricket Club down there and Steep Hill Cove beyond that. Very nice view. Ventnor Botanical Gardens, where I found a rose-breasted grosbeak back in 1995. Just along there is Battery Bay, where I found a eastern subalpine warbler. Much more recently, about 4 years ago I think that was. Around about this time of year actually, mid-April maybe. Certainly the blackthorns are in flower. So anyway, this is Whitwell Road. So I'm going to walk down here into Palham Woods, where I just had a red kite just a minute ago in Palham Woods. So I'm going to go down and see if it's still around. But yeah, nice little spot. This hill here, or this kind of viewpoint, is perfect for visible migration, especially in the autumn. Just walk along this ridge, overlooking the Undercliff, which is very narrow, with the downs backing it, very high ground. So the migration is really compressed into this space. Not sure this is the best place to view it from. I usually go down to, oh, there's a Brimstone, I think. Hang on, is it Brimstone? Yeah, I normally go to Salisbury Gardens down in Ventnor itself to do the visible migration watches, but I will have to try up here one autumn, this coming autumn. Anyway, let's walk down into Palham Woods. It's a bit breezy up here. We've got a northwesterly at the moment. It's going to change to well, I think we're going to get a southerly airflow towards the end of this week. What is it today? Tuesday, I think. So towards the end of the week, it's going to be a southerly airflow, which in the second half of April can only mean one thing. Not sure what that one thing is from a bird watching point of view, but you never know. What might it mean? I don't know, alpine swift maybe? Hoopoo? Golden oriole? There's a few golden orioles the last day or two along the south coast and down in Cornwall and on the Isles of Scilly. I haven't had one yet in the Undercliff. I'm sure there are one or two knocking around somewhere. Might bump into one in Palham Woods, you never know. I'll remove the microphone in a minute because it's good at picking up my voice and blocking out the wind, but it also cuts out the bird song. And of course, if there's something nice singing, golden oriole or something, we want to be able to hear it on the recording. So I'll take the microphone off in a minute when we get actually down out of the breeze. It's the entrance to Ventnor Rugby Club, just over Whitwell Road. It's a nice arable here, so there's a really good population of yellowhammers on Dean Farm over there. And they've done some nice winter stubble habitat creation there, or they maintain winter stubble. And that's really helping the yellowhammer population. And who knows, cell buntings will hopefully recolonise at some point. Right, we're dropping down into Palham Woods now. So yeah, this path which leads from Whitwell Road, where I've just come from, down into Palham Woods, is called, down into the Undercliff, is Paradise Walk. So it's basically right next to the rugby club on Whitwell Road. And Palham Woods, which we're now dropping into, is traditionally a really good place for yellow-browed warbler, and it's had the odd Pallas's warbler. But as far as I know, it's not visited at all by birders these days, or very infrequently. I've not been here for a long time. Well, probably about a year. Obviously I've come up through here this morning. But prior to that, it was about a year before, that I visited last. But they love this kind of back edge where the shrubby habitat drapes the green sand cliff, the inner cliff face of the Undercliff. Heats up in the sun even on a winter's day or a late autumn day. It gets really warm, so that's why the philosks really like it. Philoscopus warblers, willow warblers and chiffchaffs, particularly chiffchaffs. But it's a big old block of, well, it's not that big, but it feels big when you're in here. It's only a few hectares. Oh, very strong smell of foxy there, which is nice. Nice field maple coming into leaf. It's mainly a sycamore woodland. So secondary woodland, it was open, farmed. There was a railway line through the bottom. I'm going to take this microphone off now so you can hear the birds. That's better. So my sound quality in terms of me will be worse, but hopefully you can hear a few birds. If they've stopped singing now, I've done that. There was a wren just there. You may have heard the wren. Yeah, cracking little area. I mean, it's only sycamore woodland primarily, which obviously isn't as good for variety of birds and variety of food for birds as an oak woodland would be, but it's good. It's still good. Still good for tit flocks and philosks in the autumn. Chiff chaff calling and a blue tit. Got this little area of arable down the bottom within the woodland. They never grow anything, they just plough it up every year. Don't know why. But yeah, it's this shrubby sort of edge on the face of the cliff facing south that's really good for migrants, especially in the autumn. Chiff chaff calling. Chock-a-block with blackcaps come here at dawn, so it's beyond midday now. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon now, but early morning it'll be stunning down here for birds. Lots of red squirrels, they're everywhere in the Undercliff. Lots of lesser celandine. Sorry it's so bumpy. Chiff chaff singing. I'm going to upgrade my recording equipment at some point soon. So I'm recording this on an iPhone Mini 13. Chiff chaff. I'm not at all steady when I'm walking, so hence it bobbing up and down and jerking a bit. Chiff chaff. Chiff chaff attempting to confuse me by varying its call. Same bird though. So this is the area that's really good in the autumn for tit flocks and philosks in amongst them. Definitely the place to find a yellow-browed warbler in September, October. Maybe a Pallas's warbler. Lots of crests in here in a good autumn. Gold cress and plenty of firecress. Firecress breed in the Undercliff in various spots. Quite a few pairs, I think. Yeah, like I say, this cliff face here faces south, so warms up even in winter. Not sure where that red kite went. It was just here, up in the canopy, knocking around. So red kites haven't colonised the island yet in any meaningful way. We get a few. They've certainly increased in numbers the last 4 or 5 years in south of the island, around Ventnor Downs and that. But as far as I'm aware, they're not really breeding yet. But obviously they do breed in some places profusely, just over the Solent. So I think they're fairly regular now over Southampton. I'm not entirely sure about that, but a bit further north they certainly are. So it's only a matter of time before they properly colonise which I'm very much looking forward to because I love red kites. So there's been a bit of a arrival of golden orioles the last few days along the south coast. I've yet to have one in the Undercliff this year. I had one in Ventnor a couple of years ago, and then one a long time before that, in the 90s I think it was, in Bonchurch, but now would be a good time for one to start singing. Trying to work out which boggy bit to walk through. One thing you may have noticed is there's no people. I mean, this is a nature reserve and fully open to the public. Well, I've had 2 cyclists go through together, and that's the only people I've encountered in the last hour being in here. It's one of the things I love about the Undercliff. It is relatively peaceful and undisturbed. So if you like birding and walking in peace and quiet, this is definitely a good place to come. So a railway used to go through here. The branch of the railway that went through underneath Dean Farm and through to St Lawrence. Long gone, sadly. So there's a lovely little path that goes that way, up along the Undercliff. Is that a closed path sign there? Let's have a look. Like I say, it's not been... Oh, God. Another one closed. Going to have to walk up there soon. See why it's closed. Here's the old... So there used to be a path that went under the railway. No longer bridged the railway, but the tunnel is still there. Or the... Yeah, this bit is still there. Bit breezy. Sorry if the sound quality's got a bit dodgy. There's an orange tip butterfly ahead of us. First I've had this autumn. Spring. God, my brain. Do you love orange tips? Went that way somewhere. So if you're a bird watcher looking for somewhere to retire or somewhere to run your location independent business, I definitely recommend the Undercliff of the Isle of Wight. It's absolutely stunning. Lots of red squirrels, lots of badgers and foxes and white-tailed eagles. And well, white-tailed eagles are difficult to see. Well, they're not, but they're not that often in the Undercliff. They will become more frequent as they establish themselves, no doubt. But at the moment, they're not. There's some feeders there to keep an eye on those. Right, I hope you enjoyed that little walk through a bit of Palham Woods. Do subscribe to the channel and press the like button and read the description to this video below, in which there's various links to various things. Now down on Inglewood Park, so if you want to visit Palham Woods, this is a good place to park, just along this section of very quiet road. And I'll see you for the next video shortly.